Right. So the meeting today is being held here at the City of Kalamazoo's wastewater reclamation plant. And basically, it's the plant that takes in everything that happens when anybody flushes the toilet or takes a shower or their dishwasher. It all comes here to the City of Kalamazoo's wastewater treatment plant, gets treated, and then it becomes clean before it goes out to the Kalamazoo River. We process about 1 million gallons an hour here at the wastewater treatment plant from all over Kalamazoo County. So what was going on this afternoon was the City of Kalamazoo staff were meeting with a lot of representatives from industry primarily today, as well as township representatives in other cities, to help explain what improvements are coming up to the wastewater treatment plant, what's coming up with the system, how that might impact rates for residential customers, business customers, industries, and to just have a conversation about here's how the wastewater treatment plant operates, here are the improvements that are being made, and here's what we see as far as impacts, not only in 2025, but also looking down the road also.
Yeah, there's a lot of work, a lot of positive improvements that we're looking at making. If we looked at, the overall capital program for wastewater, we're looking at something close to $300 million of improvements over a 5-year period. We're looking at making some significant improvements to level of service in the retail collector sewers. We've got a lot of sewer projects, a lot of coordinated projects with the road commission as well, and a lot of rehab projects. So just a lot of sewer work that's going to happen over the next 5-year period. And, we're really excited to, be able to keep those rates manageable, so that's something in terms of a typical customer, whether you're a city customer or you're a township customer, you're looking at something around a $3 a month rate impact for all that additional work and all those additional services. So overall, I think, good news. I understand that nobody wants to pay an additional $3 a month. But when we look at the benefits to the community, the benefits from increased odor control, the benefits for, sustainable biosolids alternative, all the work that we've got planned for the sewers, it's, really an overall great opportunity and, very solid investment for the community.
Everybody has, who's on municipal wastewater, their wastewater comes to the City of Kalamazoo's wastewater treatment plant. And it's just something that we all take for granted, but there's a lot of behind the scenes work that has to happen. There's a lot of testing that has to go on to make sure that the plant meets all the air and water regulations. We want to make sure that the water coming out of the plant before it goes into the Kalamazoo River is extremely clean and exceeds regulations, and it does. It does meet regulations. But for the residential customer, we also want to make sure that people know this plant has been here since the 1950s, and it's been upgraded over the years, but there's also a lot of new upgrades that need to happen. We just need to make sure that the pipes are maintained. We've put in new manhole covers to make sure that odors aren't escaping from the manholes. We've put in computerized sensors into manholes to make sure that if there's water or there's a blockage, that will immediately notify staff. They can get out there and address it before it becomes a problem. And we're also doing improvements to the plant to, let's say, capture microplastics. That's a topic that a lot of people have been talking about, and we want to make sure we have the latest technology to capture those types of microplastics before they can get out into the environment. And we're doing that. So what that means is that every year, just like everybody else, the costs of running the plant are going up. The cost of chemicals, the cost of transportation, the cost of trucking, all that goes up. And so we have a conversation with our industry partners, and we also have some upcoming meetings with our elected officials to talk about what does that mean for the average household, what would that mean for a business, and what would that mean for a medium to large size industry.
I think it's important for the public at large to be aware that there is a wastewater contract that's being negotiated that in effect will equalize the rates between the in-city and the out-city, and that's something brand new, and that will be implemented over a period of years. So it's been in the process. It's already in place for the water system, for the water contracts are in place, and that's working very well. Nobody likes to see rate increases, but in terms of the bigger goal to have one system that everybody is participating in, and it's helpful to the entire system to view it as one system where we're all in this together. So that's, and the water contract, based on what's happening with that, there's certainly been a lot of capital work that's been enabled because of that, and so the city is addressing a lot of deferred maintenance, I would say. It's been very positive.
And none of us like to pay a higher bill, but the reality is, again, the wastewater treatment plant is experiencing increased costs. And also we're making these very significant improvements, multi-million-dollar improvements. But then when we take a step back, we also have to realize that the Kalamazoo region actually has relatively low municipal water and municipal wastewater rates compared to other cities across the state of Michigan. So when we look at how much rates are going up, usually it might be a few dollars a month for the average user. Obviously, that's going to be about what you pay for a bottle of water at a convenience store. But at the same time, we're getting a lot of improvements that protect the environment, make sure the system works well on a daily basis so you just don't have to think about it, and also making sure that we have state-of-the-art improvements to make sure that we're protecting the environment.